Hey, good morning and happy Sunday. Today at Sunday school, we are going to be going through Psalm 91. We've been doing a lot of Psalms lately with our daily devos and with our Sunday school curriculum. So obviously we think that they're important to you. So I hope you listen to this. I hope you go through the questions at the end with your parents, your brother and sister, a friend over the phone, or whoever you got during this time of social isolation. So in Psalm 91, it is a psalm that assures us of God's protection. And the psalmist isn't kidding around. He's really confident in this. You will see it in the language where he uses the word will instead of might. God will protect. God will be our refuge. Instead of God might provide. God might come through. He might do this. Who knows? But it's the confidence of God will. And when you go through this psalm and you go through these questions with whoever you're going through them with, I encourage you to look for three distinct places, three distinct questions that this answers when we're looking through for God's protection. The first one is who God is in this. Just in the first two verses, 1 and 2, so the first two verses, they use 4 different names for God. In the second question that I hope it answers, and what is what God does. Does God provide this protection? If you look at verse 11, it talks about God. It talks about God being our spiritual protection. He sends angels. He sends angels to be our spiritual protection, our spiritual guide. Look at verse 15. It's God promises to be His spiritual protection even through trouble. Bad things are going to happen. Obviously, I've been filming videos from my bedroom, sitting at this desk for the last 4 weeks. Haven't moved a ton. Bad things happen, right? But God is going to be the spiritual protection through those bad things. And the last question that it's going to answer is, who are we? Who are we in Christ? It talks about, in these verses, about God being like a mother bird. I don't really like birds, so I'm not psyched about that. But if we imagine God as our mother bird, and we are these little chicks, these little baby birds. We're so deeply loved by the mother bird, and we're so deeply protected by those wings. Or it also talks about in these verses about God being our fortress, God protecting us as a fortress. If God is the fortress and we are the family members or the village, and our leader, God, is protecting us, He's providing that protection and that promise to protect. So I hope you can find those 3 things: who God is, who we are, who God is, what God does, and who we are through Christ. Hopefully you can find time this morning to pray over this, to read these verses, and to discuss them. Hope you guys have a great Sunday.